Hi plant people, I hope you are having an awesome day. I know that I'm going to because it's almost 60 degrees here. I'm on the border of zones 5A and 6B and it's the middle of February. I'm going to be working outside today cutting back my Annabelle Hydrangeas. They were here when Mr. Metal moved in over 30 years ago, so I have no idea how old they actually are. It's time to give them a little rejuvenation, so anyhow, let's get to it. This is an older picture taken of my shrubs on the 4th of July. They're about 5.5 feet tall and 9 feet wide. Now they do droop a little bit in heavy rain, so if you plant these, make sure to allow room for that. I can't speak to the actual growth rate since I didn't plant these, but I can show you later in the video how much they have spread in their 30+ years. These shrubs are on the east and the north side of my house, which is actually the perfect location for them because they love morning sun and afternoon shade. They also like a lot of water, and you'll notice later in the video, one of the shrubs is considerably smaller because it doesn't get as much water as the others. They start blooming on new growth in my garden in late June with bright white blossoms that can get up to 12 inches in size. They are huge. This photo shows you the great contrast with the older apple green blossoms and the new white ones. And this is also a great example of reblooming after I cut the blossoms for bouquets. I don't find that the white flowers stay white when I cut and dry them, but the green ones do stay green. I'm putting a tarp down to put the cut branches on because the yard's way too wet for my truck and the branches are too big for my little wagon. We're allowed to burn brush here, so I'll put them in another area to burn later. If you have a shrub with small branches, you can use hand pruners. I'll be using hedge trimmers on the smaller branches and loppers on the larger ones. It's not necessary to cut this type of hydrangea at all. In 30 years, this is only the second time I've cut these back. Not cutting them allows more and stronger stems, which helps with the flopping during the rain. But also not cutting them back can cause a crowded situation which doesn't allow enough airflow leading to possible disease. New plantings should not be cut back for the first 2 or 3 years. This will give them maximum root growth to support the shrubs for their future growth. The best time to cut Hydrangea arborescens is before they start leafing out in the spring. You can do this in the fall after the flowers have turned brown or wait until late winter as I have. I am cutting mine now because I have more time than I do in the fall. I'm cutting them close to the ground, but you can cut them around 12 to 18 inches if you wish. And if you wait until spring to cut them back, make sure to cut them above any new growth that might have already happened. But it is best to do it before there's any new growth. I was so excited to have this part done, and I put all my tools away, and then, look what's behind me. This is the shrub that doesn't get enough water. Before we put new gutters on, it would reach to the middle of the window on the left, and it filled in the space to the right and touched the other shrubs. Even though I have irrigation in this bed, it's still just not enough water for it. So my plan is to change the downspout and bring it over into the front of this shrub, not the back, because I don't want too much water around the foundation, but I think in the front will help tremendously. As nice as vinyl siding is, it creates an additional chore compared to the old hardy board that we had removed. The algae that you see on these walls is 2 summers old.
it didn't seem that bad the first summer, but waiting 2 summers is definitely way too long. As soon as we get another nice day, I will be tackling that, and I'll give you a little bit of update of how that works. The other thing about cutting all these shrubs back is I got to take a good close look at the foundation behind them, and I see some repairs that need to be taken care of. So it was a good thing that I cut them back. One last thing that I wanted to mention was how well the tarp worked out. It did really, really good until I turned a corner. And then the tarp itself, from the way I had it tied to the mower, kind of bunched up after as I turned that corner, and then everything just came off of it. So I would try it if you have a long ways to haul something and, just over the grass and you can't get any equipment around there. It works pretty good. I didn't try it just pulling it myself. These branches do not weigh very much, and I probably could have done that.
Hey, that was quite the job. Before I started, I was estimating about 2 hours to do the whole thing, from cutting it all down to the burning, and I spent 2.5 hours just to get it to the burn pile. The wind picked up and I wasn't able to burn it, so that'll have to be another day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. But anyhow, I hope you found this informative, and if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And thanks a lot for watching. Bye.